Z,
Llama.
we were supposed to do this like 2, maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a
I got to
while.
check my list of what we was listed. I think it was in the beginning. We met. Shout out to Kami. He introduced us at a party. And you, my friend,
Damn.
Meriku's friend.
Yeah, like I
So
said, my memory, I can't even remember like how we
we
met.
met at a party, and Kami was like, "Yo, you got to have her on here." And I was like, "All right." And you was telling me some parts of your story, and I was like, "Ah, yeah, we got to do this." And then I found out you was friends with Meriku. She listened to this podcast all the time.
Yeah,
So she gonna be shy. I ain't even tell her that she was gonna be on here.
really.
Yeah.
She's going to be like, yo, what?
And she always told me that I should have you on here.
Yeah, because she
Witness some of this?
partially.
Okay. Who are we talking to? Let's get into that. Let's introduce yourself. Cause I want to jump in already. I'm
Okay.
shocked to know what happened. Cause you're a little nervous.
Yes, I definitely am nervous, like being on camera talking about all of my shit. But I'm Zemirah. What do you want to know as far as like
Your
who?
background, where you from?
I grew up in the Poconos. I went to college, actually, for the sake of this podcast. I won't say that because this is a college story. I grew up in the Poconos. I live in New York now. Yeah, so
Party girl. She twerks on tables.
please,
I'm
why?
playing.
I'm grown now. You met me.
I'm joking.
4 years ago. 3 years ago.
She's a grown woman. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
but no, I'm still definitely fun. Still twerk. Maybe just not on the table.
All right, got you. But it's good to have you.
Yeah.
This is a adult Z. This is good.
This is crazy.
Outside of, you what you do outside, you're creative. How's life?
Life is so amazing at this point. I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I feel like at this point, like I've been building a lot for the last 5 years. So I feel like I'm finally starting to like step into where I want to be.
Where do you see yourself?
I see myself doing so many different things. But I'm a storyteller at the end of the day, and I want to use various mediums to do that. Whether it's poetry, whether it's a docuseries, whether it's journalism, copywriting for advertising campaigns. Like, however I do that, I realize that that's what I want to do, and I actually have a tattoo on my neck. It's griot, and some Haitian people think that it means pork. But that's not why I got it on my neck. Pork.
All right.
But it's actually like a group of people in like West Africa who are oracles and storytellers and written historians. And I studied Africology in college. And when I was learning about these type of people, I feel like I just resonated with that a lot. So I think that's my purpose and like what I'm here to do.
Dope.
So I feel like I'm stepping into that more at this stage and point in life, and I'm really, really, really grateful for that.
Okay. Now I don't see you on the gram as much. Where you disappear to? What happened? What's going on?
Yeah,
You was one of those that post all the time.
I was posting a lot and sharing a lot about myself, and that's about to happen a lot more.
You coming back?
And even more transparently. On a like I said, transparent note, and like that's what I'm stepping into. I was running my brand for a while and doing the entrepreneur thing, but I feel like my brand didn't have a personal brand, and just the structure and the way I was going about it wasn't in a way that I feel was helping it grow. So I feel like I had to like take so many steps back and kind of figure it out again. Like, what are you doing this for?
Gotcha.
And like my brand is so tied to me and my emotions and what I'm feeling. I just had to like take a step back from everything and figure it all out.
Oh, I can't wait till you reveal you as the person behind the brand. When you first told me about it, I was so shocked. I was like, "That is you doing that?" Because you post heavily, like it's like
Yeah.
all the time, and you see people sharing it all the time. You ever seen those? I think you're before like the slam my laptop till Monday people, but it's in
Yeah.
that realm, and I'm like,
It's so interesting that I won't say that I created that meme because I the story behind that is it's a lot. But I didn't create the meme, nor did I create the phrase "me and somebody's son," or not "me and somebody's son," but the phrase "somebody's son." Like that existed before I was
yeah,
even born. But to popularize that style of meme, like when I see big brands just posting that, like me and this or this
yeah,
and
yeah,
this, it's just like, do you know where that came from?
right,
And it really makes me think about how Black people are the blueprint to everything, and
yep,
how it like it's not even a trickle down, it's a trickle up, and it trickles up to so many levels that level 13 doesn't even realize that it came from level 1.
right,
And
right,
and that's part of the like revealing myself, like
yeah.
you don't even know where it came from, but I could die tomorrow, God forbid, and nobody knows. And I don't want that. I want to leave
I'm
something
just,
for
yeah.
my people, my kids, my, you know? So I think that's just where my mindset is
I mean, I
at
think it's
this
about time.
point.
You done
Yeah.
parties. Everybody's retweeting this thing, or they repost.
Resharing,
Yes. For the
reposting.
listeners, it's the page me and somebody's son. If you've seen it before, Z is behind the page. We're not going to reveal that until this episode. I mean, until she reveals it. So when this episode comes out, it's after she revealed that she's the person behind it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're here for something else.
Exactly. Lord have mercy. We
Like
are
I said, you were supposed to
here.
do my podcast a long time ago, but you was in
Yeah.
this phase of like, do I want to
Limbo.
put myself out there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
limbo. Even still now, I'm like, before we started the podcast, I'll share that I'm like, do I want to even tell everything? Because of just that piece of not wanting to put myself out there too much for people's judgment. Because I believe once you put it out there, it's out there in the ether, in the world. And not that I can't be mad that people have comments, because I'm human. Like, if you say something crazy to me, I might respond. I'm a human, like, you know, but I also have to realize that putting it out there is putting it out there. So
Yeah. Once it goes out there,
exactly. And
everybody has an opinion.
there's a lot that comes with that. But we're here, and like I said, I will respond if you talk crazy.
Don't be in the comments. Now, before we start, we got to give this ex a fake name.
Yeah.
This is a young relationship you was in.
Yes.
You're still young, so this was even younger.
I'm so glad you say that, because I feel like,
Yeah, young.
oh my God, I'm 27.
Nah,
But
you are still finding yourself.
yeah, figuring it out.
Was this one of your first relationships or first love relationships?
Definitely one of my first loves.
'Cause I don't count the high school stuff.
Like, I'm like, high school doesn't count, but I dated somebody like all of high school, like 9th to 12th. So that was that. And we still talk to this day.
You in the high school guy?
Yeah,
All
it
right.
took a lot to get there, but I was even talking to him last week, like really shout out to him. We have such mature conversations now. So while we both agree, like we were children, and that was, we can't even compare it to what adult love is.
Yeah.
We've impacted each other's life in some way.
That's dope.
So it was that relationship, and it's so interesting. Like, well, let me not say it's interesting, but almost like me almost coming up into getting into college, I was like, this relationship, I don't know if I want to go into college with a relationship. And not even just that, but like that relationship was tumultuous too. So there were a lot of different factors, but I think the cherry on top was like, okay, you're 18 now. You've been dating this boy since you were 14. It wasn't great. You're about to move to a completely different city, an actual city. So maybe it's time to just
Yeah.
explore your options. And
Did you break up with him?
I did break up with him. And we had, like, you know, that limbo phase between like breaking up and actually like separating.
Yeah.
There was a lot of that. And
least
there
you
were
did
definitely points where I was like, actually, I want you back. I think it was like this like
It's like a roller
tug of
coaster,
war.
right? Yeah.
Exactly. I've had a lot of like tug of war roller coasters in my dating experience, but that was that. But this is not about that. This is not about that. That does have a significant impact in my life. I still speak to him.
That's good.
Yeah.
You believe exes will be friends. That's good.
Yeah,
Some
and it's
people
not
don't.
even like a friend thing. Like
Yeah.
DM me like, oh, thought about you this, and this, and not about like thought about you in this like romantic way.
Got you.
Like
Got you.
thought about you like I'm reflecting on this. Like,
That's dope.
you know, and I think I do think it's so dope. I
Yeah.
think it's so mature, it's so healthy.
I believe exes should be friends.
Yeah,
Because
and it's go ahead.
in a you know, it got to be mutual. Like, and it got to be respectful. Because this is a person that got to know you, got to know your ins and outs. And after y'all, you know, not deal with each other and just drop, you know, just go your separate ways, that's whack.
Exactly. I
Like,
mean, I think it depends on the how it ends.
Yeah, how it ended.
Which that relationship, the how it ends.
It was college. You said, right?
No, well, the high school
one,
or
yeah.
so it ended before college.
Gotcha,
It ended
gotcha.
before college, but it didn't end great. So
All
it
right,
wasn't
all right.
like we were gonna just be friends off rip. I do think it took some time of like separation, reflection,
yeah.
being able to like see past ego on both ends, because I think for him it came to a point of like, oh, let's like be cool and have certain conversations. I'm like, I don't want to be your friend. Like, why do you think we could be friends? Like, and not even the like in a fuck you, I hate you way, but like
You ain't see anything.
you know high school me, you don't know me.
Got you.
So I don't even think that like who we are as people mesh anymore. Let's not even try to do that. So
Man. Well, let's get into this story with Z. If your ex, the one you're talking about now,
yes, college. So now we left the high school guy.
yeah.
That's done. College has started.
If you seen him walking in the street, how you think he would? Well, at
Like
that
today?
time, how you think he? Describe him?
Describe him physically.
Yeah. Just how he looks. We gotta give him a fake name. I know you gave him one. I don't want to say that one.
Oh, you don't like that one?
Nuh-uh.
All right, let's do a different one.
Because I don't let my guests bash the exes. I try not to.
Oh, it's not a bash.
Man, nuh-uh.
I
Well,
wish we
for the
could-
listeners,
I was like, I wish we could off record it, but
Yeah,
it's not
she
a
called
bash.
him what is that,
Don't
lazy?
don't say it.
all right.
Oh, you already started. Don't say it.
so we
It's
gotta give
not a
him the name.
bash. It's not a bash. Damn, but if I saw him on the street, can I call him Beard?
He has a long beard.
Not
Like
James
Freewood?
Harden,
Yeah, I
but
gotta say.
not James Harden, not close, but like right here.
So you gotta describe how he look.
Okay,
has
so
a beard.
he has a beard. He's maybe like 6'1", 6'2" slender, dark skin. He's Nigerian. So dark skin.
He be getting a bad rep on my podcast. All
I
right.
know, and it's like I was like, why you had to do all of this? But anyways, he had like a low Caesar cut when we met.
So he look like a basketball player.
He didn't necessarily look like a basketball player because he was also like an artsy
Okay.
type of guy. Artsy type of guy, also nerdy type of guy, like into anime, into books, into politics, into that, but then also artsy. You asked his occupation on the like.
Yeah.
So when we were dealing with each other in college, he was like a DJ, aspiring DJ. He DJs now, but also studied like policy and Africology.
Okay.
So like you see the like mesh of two worlds of like nerdy-ish into the books, into
Kinda
history,
cool.
but then also like into nightlife, the party scene, which was once we get into the story of how we met, I think that's like how we just like, oh my gosh, we just like attracted to each other. Like we were so similar in those ways.
So you're nerdy as well.
I guess you could, yeah.
And
I
then
guess
at night when you're at these
in that-
parties, you show
yeah,
up.
it wasn't just parties. I mean, it was, but it wasn't.
All right. So let's call him Stefan. You ever seen Family Matters? When Urkel becomes
Yeah.
Stefan?
I think that's actually hilarious, but I don't. Will I remember that, Stefan?
Stefan? If you make a mistake and say his real name, I will edit it out. But if
Okay.
you want to call him Beard, let's do it.
No. Okay. I don't like Stefan, and I don't like Beard. now that
So
we
you want
thought
to
about
stick
it.
with the name that you put originally?
No, because we chatted about the whole thing in the beginning, and you even like said it a little bit. So I hope it didn't catch.
Oh, I looked at that. I was like, oh, man.
Why not just DJ?
DJ? DJ. All right.
DJ.
You're going to remember that.
Yeah, I'll remember that.
All right. So how did you and DJ meet?
Okay, how did we meet?
First, describe yourself at this time. Who was he?
Who was he? I was a sophomore in college. I was in a friend group that was pretty popular at my college. We threw parties. My best friend was also like just starting her DJ career, so we were pretty known. I think I was also like figuring out what I wanted to do career-wise, but
Okay.
leaning in, like I pretty much was like I started out wanting to be a trauma surgeon, and then
The hell? Why that?
Grey's Anatomy.
Oh,
If I'm being so
hey,
real,
I went to what's it? HBCU because of Drumline.
okay, so like
TV
we all
influenced me.
like
Movies influenced me too.
TV influeed me. Not even just TV.
Stomped the yard.
I
wanted to go.
am
was like, oh, I gotta-
Jamaican. I am Jamaican. So it was
Oh yeah.
nurse or doctor. To be honest, not that it had to be that, but
Your parents will beat you down for that.
it was like what are we doing here?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I went into college with. Then I quickly was like, I'm going undeclared because that's just not what's happening here. And then, like I said, I started to figure out what I wanted to do because I took a lot of electives in the Africology department. Damn, I want to kind of shout out my department because it's historically popular, but I'm not going to do that. But shout out to them. So I was like figuring me out. What I looked like, I pretty much look similar. I think I'm a little more slender now. I believe I had a shortcut when we met, like really low.
Personality-wise, how were you?
Charismatic, outgoing. I think that I am pretty much the same.
I had you. All right.
Like that you know me as.
Yeah.
Charismatic, outgoing. I love music, and I think that's like something that me and a lot of people just vibe off
Yeah.
of.
You put me onto stuff.
Right? I love
And it's through your
music.
stories too. I'm like, what is
I
this?
love music. If you ever want to connect with me, that's one of the ways to do it. I like history a lot, especially Black history. So personality-wise, I think I was even more radical then because I was in college. And I think when you're in that like space and around people who are so much like that, I definitely was super radical in my thoughts. Hothead, spicy. I think I'm a little more calm now.
Gotcha.
But fiery girl, I think that my energy was like a magnet to a lot of people as it is now. Just think of it in a more fiery way.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
So when y'all met, did he see that off rip? First, take us there. Like
I'm like, I don't
how y'all
even
met.
know. I gotta like, maybe I can paint a picture, but like I said, it's my version, his version, and the real version, the merge of our versions. So I don't know if I can speak to that all the way. We met twice. We met twice.
like when
What
that
I
happens.
will say is we met twice. He went to a school that was in my area,
Gotcha.
like where my college was as well. And in the area that I went to school, there are multiple schools, like a kind of like a college town.
Yeah.
But my school was the littest. Like everybody was coming to
Of
my
course you would say that. All right.
you know what school I went to. You're saying of course I would say that. But
All
anywho,
right.
everybody was coming to my school, and he met my best friend at the time.
The DJ.
The DJ.
Gotcha.
Like I said, they're DJs. They connected. I don't know exactly what was the conversation between them, but he invited us to a party at his school.
Okay.
So we go to this party, and it was pretty empty. It was pretty light. And that's no shade, no tea. It's just like,
Compared to your school, yeah.
yeah, like it just wasn't as fun or like as lively. Let's just say that. So my friends, my friend group, like I said, we were pretty popular on our campus. We did what we did. We posted it. We said, pop up here. That party within an hour went from 0 to 100. So that was like my first meeting him. And it was very like in passing. It wasn't like conversation for real. Yeah. What's interesting is I saw him from like across the room, and I was talking to one of my roommates. I'm like, yo, he looks like so-and-so from our college. And I was like, okay, I think I might be interested. I get closer to him, and I'm like, okay, he doesn't look like him.
Yeah. So you like the other guy from your college?
I'm not even going to say, I'm not going to say if I liked one or the other. I'm not trying to like bash one or the other.
You had a thing for the guy at your college?
Yes,
Gotcha.
let's just say that.
Yeah.
I got close to DJ, and I was like, maybe not. Maybe it's not what I thought from across the room, but whatever.
Wait, did he look bad or
No,
worse?
I don't think he looked bad or worse. He just did not look like him once I got close to him. And so I was like, okay. And so that was that. That party was it. Like I said, we met twice because that was like a really casual passing, but I do remember him because of that day.
Gotcha.
Fast forward like a month later, there was a party on my campus, and all my roommates went home. It was a group of 5 of us, including myself. So everybody's home. It's just me. Everybody's in their hometown. It's just me in our college town. And there's a party happening at someone's apartment.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know what? Let me go because I know everybody. I could show up to a party by myself and have a good time here. I know everyone. I'm friends with everyone. Let me just go. I go. I'm having the time of my life. Great party. It's like ending, and people are like coming in the house from the backyard, and I see DJ walk past me. He has this like silver thing in his hand. It doesn't look like aluminum foil, but it's a silver thing, rectangular. Now I know it was like a baggie, like a silver like baggie.
Right.
So I stop him and I'm like, yo, what's that? He looks at me with a stank ass face and was like, it's weed.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, okay, okay. You don't have to say it like that, but all right. And then he's like, you want to smoke it with me? And
You was already smoking this time.
at this point, I've already become a smoker. And this is also like such a smoking school. Like when people link up, they smoke. I'm like, hell yeah. So he's like, oh, let's go here and smoke. It ends up being the basement to this apartment. It ends up being the basement to this apartment. And I don't think he knew that. And I didn't know that either. I was just like, where is this leading to? But we get down there, we start smoking, and I'm just like asking him about himself, like, what you do, what's your major, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, we have the same major.
Oh, right.
We have the same major, which at his school, it was like named a little bit differently because when you study Africology or Africana Studies or African Studies or Black American Studies, like, you know what I'm saying? It has so many different names. So at his school, it was a different name. But I think we like automatically was like, oh, that's so fucking cool. Like, not many people study this. You study this. Like, that's dope. So then there was a book that I said, okay, like this is my favorite book. It's shifted my mind on like blackness, white supremacy, life, blah, blah, blah. I was really like power to the people.
I was about to say, I had a Black Panther off or something.
I was Assata Shakur. Okay, maybe not Assata Shakur. I can't say that. I was Assata Shakur. But I was so radical in my thoughts, and
You wanted to save the world, right?
I wanted to save Black people, and partially, like what I do is still for me saving Black people, just in a more joyous way.
Got you.
So, anyways, we vibed over that. Was like, okay, cool. Like he's friends with Kendall. We're now cool. We're gonna probably kick it. This is now this was spring 2017.
All right.
And I'm like, yo, summer is happening. I know we all about to just start kicking it. So he hits me up to hang out, and we started hanging out every day that summer.
Really?
Yes. I think that it was like him and I's like bond relationship, and then also like partnered with Kendall,
Gotcha.
best friend DJ Kendall
yeah.
is. So he's like learning a lot from her. Part of my like anger through our relationship and phase.
Wait, don't go too far yet.
I'm not going to go too far because this is not going too far. It was in the beginning. Part of my like anger when it got there was when we started dealing with each other. We were friends, or not even dealing. Like before we even started dealing with each other, we built a friendship, a bond. Like I fucked with you as a DJ, excuse me, and I wanted to see you grow. Like you didn't even have the proper tools, and Kendall and I poured into him and got him there. So that was part of my frustration. Is just like, yo, we were homies, so you could have just like, if you wasn't trying to do all this when it got there, you could just said that. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Wait, I'm confused a little bit.
Okay.
During your relationship, he's learning how to DJ from DJ Kendall, and he's not like, what is he's acting different once he got.
Oh, that's what I said. I said once it got there.
Got you.
Not in the initial stages.
Gotcha.
Just like once it got there, these are like the thoughts that were in my mind. Like because our initial relationship, and I'm not talking romantic, but like our initial bond was through friendship. And like I said earlier in this podcast, music is something that I bond with people a lot over. So to be able to do that with somebody and then they like fuck it up later on when we started out as homies and friends, it was just fucked up to me.
Gotcha.
But I'm not trying to jump too far.
Gotcha.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
See, I started hanging out every day in the summertime.
Yes, we started hanging out a lot. And
I know this is like a young relationship, so do y'all say, all right, we boyfriend and girlfriend?
No. Not...
Yeah, the young people don't be doing that, man.
I feel like yes, young people do that. I also feel like my gut told me, like I knew better internally inside of myself.
What you mean by that? Knew better in what? In what ways?
Like when I think we all have intuition, and when it starts to like, I don't even think red flags are like red flags. I think they're internal alarms. Because like everybody's red flags look different. So I think it's just your intuition and your gut, like this doesn't work for me. So I think I just was ignoring like those signs.
And what were some of the signs?
They came up. Okay, so let's get into the story of the demise, because the demise started from the beginning.
Beginning?
To be honest, and I just let it. I so desperately wanted to be loved. And not even loved. It came to a point where I so desperately wanted to be loved by him that the red flags, I thought the red flags were Play-Doh, and I was like, I can mold this into a star. This can look like, not even I can mold it into a star, I can paint it green. Like, it can look good. So, yeah, they came from early on, and I don't want to paint this person to be, like, a terrible person, because I think the reason that I kept wanting it to work is because of the potential and, like, this person.
You building this person up?
Yeah, like, they may not be good to me right now in their behaviors to me.
Yeah.
But I see that they're not a bad person, and I see that there's so much more in them outside of me. So that's like, I don't want to paint that picture that this is like a terrible human being. I do think we were young and dumb on both parts.
And what exactly was what was happening?
Okay, so let me just paint the picture at the beginning. He's coming to my house often, DJing, practicing with Kendall, and we're all chilling. Like we're all chilling out in my living room, kicking it, blah blah blah. When it comes to like being late at night, he's coming to my room, and now we're like having these deeper conversations, talking more. And like I said, it was a friendly thing at first. Like I wouldn't even let him sleep in my bed. I'm like, you can sleep on my little chair over there. And yeah, because driving back to your dorm or apartment, whatever, it might be a lot right now. And I don't want to kick you out, but it's not that. Eventually, it became that. And we never really...
Yeah, I want to say, how did it get there? Like you go from...
I think it just naturally did. Like I said, we're such a smoker town, smoker college. One night he was like, oh, like let's have a movie night in your backyard. And we watched How High and like just got high. And I think that like night, it was just like, oh, okay, like cool. Maybe this could be something more romantic.
Yeah.
And I think from then we started to like grow more and more. And from there, I allowed him to sleep in my bed and not my chair. And it grew. It grew, but it didn't grow in the way that I thought it was growing. We went on, quote unquote, a date. And do you remember when rolled ice cream was popular?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, so my first rolled ice cream experience was, I didn't even eat it. It melted. I didn't even
that right on the spot.
I didn't even eat it on the spot because he's also Greek, like a Greek organization, Greek. And we're in line. I told you, this is when rolled ice cream first became a thing. There's a long ass line.
Yeah.
We're waiting in line. Great vibe, great conversation. We get to like almost in the spot. And he's talking about AGP, which is Atlanta Greek Picnic. He said, I'm gonna see my ex. I was telling my best friend about I'm gonna see my ex.
He's saying this to you?
Yeah. And honestly, I don't know the words that happened after that. And I don't even think it's because of my memory. I think I was just like, mwah. Like everything just like, your ex, like, the hell what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I am somebody who goes into hermit mode when I get really upset because I get angry and I don't want to say the wrong thing. So I just shut down. I didn't say anything until we walked back to his car. And we probably waited for like another 20 minutes.
For this rolled ice cream.
Yeah. Got back to his car. He's like, oh, you okay?
Yeah.
I said, I mean, not really. Like, the way you're just talking about your ex, this is first red flag. Or like, maybe it shouldn't have even been like a red flag, but just to like, Z, you like this guy in a way that is different than he likes you or what he's even approaching this as. He's like, well, like, he apologized. Like, I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings. Like, that wasn't my intention, but I'm also not looking for a relationship.
That's what he said to you?
Yeah, I'm also not looking for a relationship. And I don't want to like, this is not verbatim because I can't remember verbatim, but I'm not trying. I don't want to like set that right now. So
yes, college. I had those same conversations with women in college.
Exactly.
I wanted to just sleep around.
For me, I kept like this situation went on from 2017 to 2021, on and off. And so I told myself for a while, oh, it's just college. You'll get over that. I graduated in 2019. And
so in
between that, I'm telling myself it's college, it's college, it's college, it's college, it's college, it's college. Not even just have fun through the fuckery. I'm like, it's college. Like, maybe you'll grow, you guys will grow from, like, not trying to embrace struggle love and embrace going through tumultuous, challenging situations with another person while also somewhat embracing that and thinking it's okay because we're in college. And if I'm the girl dealing with this, if I'm the girl sticking with it, then I'm the girl he's going to be with. And unfortunately, and I hope that people learn from this, and I hope maybe even some young people who are listening learn from this, that is not real.
So you was the type to think struggle was love.
No, I didn't think struggle was
All
love.
right.
I just thought that for me and him,
The struggle was
we would get over it.
Gotcha.
We would get over it. Not that struggle love needed
Like
to
one
be.
day he'll come to a sense of
Yeah,
to
like he would
value.
come. Yeah, and I didn't value struggle love. I don't think that was never a thing for me outside of myself. Because I would if anyone asked me for relationship advice or anyone's talking to me about the things they're going through, I'm gonna tell you, don't deal with that shit.
Yeah.
Internally, and the things that I'm personally like struggling with that at that time, I'm like, I can get over it with him. I can change this man. And that was not the case. So
What did you see in him besides trying to build him up and better his life as a DJ and stuff like that? What else did you see in him?
I think it was how we connected. I think I saw a lot of myself in him. We were so like two peas in a pod. And that, I think that in and of itself was like, yo, could you imagine like a relationship and a partner who you're not exactly the same as, but you mesh so well with? Like, I think I was just envisioning all of the like could be's.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Let's jump back though. Let's jump back. That ice cream shit happens. He says that. I'm like, okay, I'm very hurt by this, but thank you for keeping it real with me. We continue. Throughout the summer. Cool. Everything is vibey. I don't think we had another issue, to be honest. Like,
In the back of your mind, you know an ex was involved. That
no, she wasn't even involved.
about to
It
say.
was just bringing up the fact that you were going to see her. And I think he was like giving excited. And I'm like, oh, you excited?
Why?
Oh,
Yeah.
you excited, motherfucker. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're excited. After that, though, no, he may have a different version in whatever he was doing. But to me, it didn't seem like she was in the picture or anyone for that matter was in the picture because
Gotcha.
he was at my house every day. I think that sometimes your 24 hours and another person's 24 hours are just really, really different. So I didn't understand how things unfolded the way they did.
Okay, we can get there.
Yeah, we got to still get through.
Now, for you to continue, after he tells you these things, you felt the way, and him telling you, like, he don't want a girlfriend, your mind never went to, like, all right, I'm going to just move past this and
No,
since you wanted love, seek somebody else? Or
I'm such a loyal person. And at that point in time, potentially blindly loyal, I had like tunnel vision once I liked him. Not that other people weren't like attractive or I wasn't attracting other people. That was never an issue or a thing. Like, I'm human, I have eyeballs, and I'm attractive. So that wasn't a thing, but I just had tunnel vision. I was like,
Gotcha.
I don't care to be or entertain anyone else other than him. So no, it wasn't. It wasn't a thing. And
had nothing to do with like value, self-worth, or nothing like that?
I think if I reflect and go back, absolutely. Who with self-worth would deal with those things? Who with a certain level of self-worth? Because I think anyone would say that, like, I'm a pretty confident person, and I do feel very confident. I think that I was still healing from a lot of things, like those childhood trauma things. And with that, it allowed, Or let me not even say it aloud, but I just accepted certain treatment and equated that to love when it was more than likely an anxious attachment and it wasn't love. But because we're human and because I had those traumas, I was just like equating it to that.
Gotcha. Man, it's tough because you're young at the time, so you don't really know who you are as a person. You're not the Z I see today, who is exude confidence. So I can only imagine. Fast forward to the story now.
Okay.
Yeah, past the summer, y'all
Yes.
doing your thing, having
we
fun.
passed the summer.
Let's go to after college.
I can't even go to after college
What?
because
What happened?
I gotta tell at least this part because it's really important to how we maneuvered after college. But I'll be quick with it. So it became fast forward to winter of that year,
This is 2018?
2017, going into 2018.
Gotcha.
Like this happened December 2017, and then I believe something else happened again April 2018.
All right.
So December 2017, he's Greek, like I said, in that organization, and they have a ball every year.
Okay.
They have a ball, and this even in and of itself, I'm like, why did you even have to ask? So I asked him, like, who are you taking to the ball? You know, wink, wink. Not even wink, wink, but like, who are you taking to the ball?
Right.
And he says, oh, I'm DJing, so I'm not really taking anyone. I can't really be with a date because I'll be DJing. I won't really have time.
Okay.
I'm not.
I mean, that makes sense.
You're not Greek. I'm not Greek.
Yeah.
Even today, if somebody in an organization says something about their organization, who am I to question it? And I believe people can take advantage of that if they want to be a manipulative person.
Right.
And in that particular time, he wanted to be a manipulative person. And I ate that up. I said, all right, I'm not going to question that. I'm going to let you do your thing. The ball pass. I told you, he doesn't go to my school. My school is the popular school in our town. I think it's the end of December. I can't remember clearly if it's the end of December or the beginning of January. But around that time, he's on his way to my apartment. I'm in Kendall's room. I'm scrolling on Instagram. Refresh my feed. I see this girl who is Greek, who goes to my school, post a picture with him at this ball. And the way they are positioned, they don't look friendly to me. I'm like, yo, Kendall, what the fuck? She was like, I mean, he's on his way. Ask him. I don't know. Like, okay. I've probably not even 60 seconds after I refresh my feed, I get a text, I'm outside. I open the door like, hey, what's this? Hey, what's this? I don't know. Oh, you don't know? Okay. At this point, I'm not super angry. I'm just like curious. Like, I'm anxious. I'm like, what is this? Like, your gut tells you what is what. I already knew what it was, but benefit of the doubt. She's like, oh, that's just my friend. My line brother really wanted to date his line sister, so I had to take her as a date, and we just took that picture. I said, okay, I don't like it. Take it down. Tell her to take it down. Me and him got into this whole back and forth about how he didn't want to tell her to take it down and didn't want to cause drama. I'm like, you don't want to cause drama. I'm your girl. What the? I don't like this. It's drama between us. What?
Yeah.
Take it down. So he texts her, and I put quotes because I believe I see him doing the texting.
Yeah.
I believe I see him doing the texting. Okay. He lives in the Midwest. Like, that's where he grew up. He had a flight back home the next day, so he didn't spend the night at my house. We go through this whole back and forth. He's like, I texted her. I'm like, all right. I'm cooling down a little bit because I at least feel like you're trying to do something to, like, mitigate this situation. He leaves. I go to sleep. I wake up in the morning. First thing I do, I don't even wipe the crust on my eyes. I open Instagram. That picture is still up.
Holy shit.
That picture is still alive and well. I'm like, okay. But by the time I wake up, he's about to be on his flight. So I can't really press him about it. But my roommate was on the same dance team as this girl. So I walk my happy ass down the steps and I said, knock, knock. Can you give me her number? She was like, yo, bro, I really don't want to be in drama. I said, are you calling her or am I calling her? Give me her number right now before I wall out. She gave me her number. I call her and I'm really calm because why would I ever have beef with you? Like, the beef is not with you at all. I don't have any energy and static for you.
Right, right.
I said, are you and so-and-so dealing? Are you and DJ dealing with each other? I'm just really curious because that picture looked really interesting to me. She says, yeah, I just dropped him off at the airport.
Oh.
I had to compose myself.
Yeah, both in the same school, you said. Mm-hmm. Damn.
I had to compose myself. I had to really sit back because my whole world came crashing down on me in a way that I cannot explain all the way. And it really fucked me up for a while. My whole world came crashing down on me because I just was confused at how he was operating like that.
You said he was always with you.
Yeah, I'm like,
But
didn't he text you last night to take that picture down? She's like, no. Like, I literally saw, I felt like, who the fuck did I marry? Do you know that TikTok shit? Like, who am I dealing with right now? Not that he's a pathological liar. At that point in time, he was a compulsive liar, though, and he will admit that. Compulsive liar. I was so confused. And now he's also out of state. He's out of state. This happens to fall on a weekend where we're having one of our biggest events at our town, in our college town. And I see her. Well, when we were on the phone, we're like, yo, we're gonna pop up on him, all this stuff.
Oh man.
We see each other and I'm like, yo, I don't want to do that. That's actually really crazy. And she's like, yo, me neither. To really give all of that energy.
You wasn't mad at the girl?
Why? How?
I mean, some because some girls be mad at the girl.
I definitely had anger towards her, but for the second piece of this story.
Okay.
Not the first piece. Which even the second part, I should have never been upset with this girl because she owed me no loyalty. That's we are not friends. We don't have any relationship or any bond or anything to one another. And if this man is telling you something and you have a bond to him, I didn't think that I could be upset with her. I did have anger towards her. But I don't think it was super justified, reflecting and taking accountability now.
Gotcha.
So that happens. I don't hear from him. This is a Friday. I see her Saturday. We have this conversation about not wanting to pop up on him. And I also ask her, yo, did you hear from him? She's like, yeah, we spoke today. Whoa. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm like, I really am putting myself out there about how a man treated me, or the lack of respect and regard was astounding. I didn't hear from him until Sunday night.
Now, he did say at the ice cream thing that he didn't want a girlfriend. Did that still roll on in the situation? Because in your mind, you said, I'm your girl.
I think in my mind, I was just I'm his girl. We didn't have more conversations about relationship.
So you're just playing a role.
Yeah, I think I was just playing a role, and also in my mind, I'm like college, like,
Yeah.
chill, don't press it too much. You know, there were moments where I'm like, okay, what are we doing? What's this? What's that?
Yeah.
But like I said too, I was also desperate for wanting love, wanting a relationship, wanting a certain type of connection. So I accepted certain behaviors. So that happened in June, the ice cream thing. But then this shit, like, that's now 6 months later.
Yeah.
We are hanging out every day. Yeah, you said you didn't want a relationship, but like, you're chilling with me all the time. You making me feel like I'm your girl, quote unquote, for what it was at that
College
time.
love. Yeah.
For what it was at that time.
Y'all go
I'm
to
like,
the lunchroom together and all that.
not even that, because he wasn't at my school.
Got you.
It just felt like you were spending all your free time with me, though. And to me, that felt like something. I don't think that really equates to anything. Back in the day, and at that time, it did, though. It felt like something.
I get it.
So we had this conversation. It was this emotional conversation. He's crying like, I'm gonna go to the lady. I'm gonna get help.
This is when he came back.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it right.
Really?
I'm gonna get right. Like, you know, we are friends, and I shouldn't have treated you like this, and whatever. Okay.
Do you remember his sign?
He's a Leo,
And what's your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay. That's
Sister signs.
what do you mean by that?
Sister signs are 6 months apart from each other, so like the opposites. So
Okay.
your sister sign is 6 months from wherever you are.
I had to go do the math when I got out of here.
What are you?
Gemini.
Gemini.
Like Sag? No.
What month? What month are you? But I don't even think of that. May, June, July, August, September,
It's like a Sag.
October, November,
Something
Scorpio,
like that.
or November. November is Scorpio and Sag, so it's one of those.
Total opposites.
Yeah, I mean, not total
So I
opposites,
I gotta stay away from those.
it's
two,
not
right?
even like
'Cause I don't
stay
get
away.
along with Scorpios.
It's not stay away from.
I
It's
attract
just
Sag.
like, I think it's like two sides of one coin. Is how you can kind of put that.
I'll just stay away. So he's a Leo.
Yes, he's a Leo.
I think one of the last few guests said I need a Leo in my life. It was lying, right?
The thing is, I really enjoy Leo people.
Okay.
I'm not gonna bash the zodiac. I do think that there is some selfish qualities to Leo. That's really it. From the Leos that I know. But I like astrology.
Yeah.
I genuinely like astrology and tarot and all of that. While also not being one of those people who feel like I'm not gonna like fuck with you because you're a certain soul sign.
They do that to me all the time.
Yeah. You said Gemini.
Yeah.
I really enjoy Gemini people. So it's like,
We are cool.
Everybody has their own preferences. People are like, they don't like Aquarius. Most people like me. So
Y'all are mean,
I mean,
but-
not most people. You said we're mean. See, that's what I'm saying.
I get along with Aquarius, but
I
y'all
do
mean.
think that there is a mean quality to the Aquarius that
I
I
want to argue, but
debate, not argue.
all right, if you want to call it that, let's get back to this.
Okay, right.
This,
Let me finish this, and then we'll fast forward till after college. So we have that conversation. He's
wanted
like,
to see the lady.
I'm gonna call see the lady. I'm gonna get right. Blah blah blah. We don't talk for a little while, but like I said, I saw something in him. We get back together. We start dealing with each other again. Probably around like late March, April-ish.
Damn, so you took a break for real. All right.
A little bit of a yeah. It didn't really feel like that though. But yes, took a break, got back, right, and there was one night he's at my house, and it's like 2 a.m, and I keep like his phone keeps buzzing. I'm like, who the fuck is calling you or texting you like that at 2 a.m? What the fuck? So, me being a super sleuth.
You went through the phone.
Me being a super sleuth, I hop on top of him and like start acting like we're about to get into it. And I tap his phone to see what it is. I recognize the number. It's that girl.
At 2 a.m.
I was again, another like, damn, another blow to my ego and to my gut. So to him, I'm like, hold on, I'm gonna be right back. I get my phone, I still have her number. I'm like, yo, why are you calling him right now? Like, what is what? She's like, I'm supposed to be meeting him at his crib. Like,
whoa.
you supposed to be meeting him at his crib. What? How? So I FaceTime her. And I literally run up my stairs. I turn the lights on in my room. How are you supposed to be meeting him when he's in my bed like this right now? He jumps up and runs into my bathroom. I was so embarrassed and so mortified. Like, I could not believe that shit. I was so mortified that I had 5 roommates at the time. He's in my bathroom probably contemplating life like, damn, I just got caught up like my bitches. No. I wake everybody up in my apartment. I'm like, you want to embarrass me, dude? I was running through my house like Tanisha, like, I ain't get no sleep because of me. I ain't get no sleep because of you. Literally running through my house like, everybody wake up right now, please. I go into my room. I lock myself in the room, and I'm just pacing back and forth trying to figure out what I'm going to do. So then I hear him and Kendall talking. And
Kendall was your roommate?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Kendall, me and Kendall go so way back. We have been roommates since 2015. We were roommates through my entire college experience.
Man.
Yeah, I love her. Anywho, I hear him and Kendall talking, and he's in his underwear. He's not even clothed. At this time, I had a taser. And I just looked at it, and it was like, oh. I just grabbed it, and I started zapping that shit. I opened my door like, get the fuck out of my house. I don't care what you're wearing right now. You're not grabbing anything. You're getting out of my house. You're going to go stand on these streets right now. Get out. So I chase him out the house, and I forget that one of my roommates' mom is visiting.
Oh, wow.
So all this ruckus is happening. My roommate's out there, but she's like, bro, my mom's in there. My mom's in my room. Like, I was like, I'm so sorry, but I'm not.
Damn.
I'm not sorry. So I have one of those, is it called a foyer? Like between your apartment and the outside?
It's like I
think it's a foyer.
Yeah.
If that's not it, he was in that space. I don't even know how long it was.
It's like you open one door and that little space.
Yeah, and then
the
a space,
door.
and then open the door to outside.
I forgot what that's called.
I don't even know. I might really be butchering that. But either way, he was in that space. I don't know for how long, but then I was just like, I just threw his shit out to him, and I was like, yo, leave. Like, I'm done with this. I'm really good off of this whole situation. The next day, being the petty college girl that I was, I got on Instagram.
Oh, man.
I got on Instagram, and I followed everybody in his organization, everybody in his Greek organization, from the people that were older than him, everybody that I could find that was older and younger, and every in between. You would have thought I was a groupie for that organization, how many of them niggas I was following. And then I posted a very embarrassing picture of him in my bed. And I said, beware of this pussy boy. You're not fuck with Jamaican girls, okay? You don't do that.
What?
And then he deleted his Instagram.
Yo. What did the picture look like?
I'm not even going to describe it because I don't want to. I think this, even like, I really have to contemplate even telling this story. But he was not like all the way in the nude, but it was not a cute picture. And
holy crap.
If we're talking about Leo personality, this is somebody who likes to be in the spotlight, who likes to control their image from what I know of the zodiac.
Yeah.
And I hit a spot. I hit a very sore spot. I did, and I know I did. And I think that traumatized him in the same way that he traumatized me, which was my goal at the time. I don't think that was cool or fair, or I think karma comes around and you don't have to control it. So if I could go back, I would have left long before that even happened, before it even got there. But that was a turning point for us, a very serious turning point.
You embarrassed him.
He embarrassed me. That girl lived on my same block, like 3 blocks up from me. So you're driving up and down the street you embarrassed me so bad. No. For me at that time, I'm such a person who cares so hard. And I'll even put this out there now. Like, that's something that I'm working on. If you cross me, I'm ready for war.
Sometimes it's not worth it, though.
People say that. It's not worth it, but what you feel in your experience is so different from what I feel in my experience. And what's something that's worth it to you is, like that. You can't call that for another person. And for me, I would have felt just like ate up inside. And that's how I feel when people do things to me that I feel like are just unacceptable and I don't do something about it, or I don't say something or approach it. Whether it's this big volatile reaction or this like, hey, I don't like what you did, something has to happen.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So we definitely parted ways for a little bit. And then again,
For
started
a little bit. That's
only,
that should've been
it wasn't that long. We started
What was the responses you were getting from the people?
I can't even remember what happened. Oh my God, what the fuck? Like, my DMs were wilding that day. I don't care. Even if you ain't know about it, I know that shit was running rampant through both of our campuses and everything in between. I know it was a talk of the town, and I didn't care.
Sheesh.
I didn't care. I really didn't care, which is so unfortunate.
Did you feel good? Like, how did you feel? It still ain't solve anything.
I did feel good.
You did? Oh,
I did.
My God.
I did. Why is it that people feel like when somebody goes low or someone does something to you, you should take the high road? That's a conversation that maybe is not to have right now, but it's very interesting to me that like when somebody hurts you and then you do something back, people are like, oh my God, why'd you do that? Like, did you not just hear what I said?
I used to be petty back in my day, right? I stopped being petty probably like 4 or 5 years, maybe 4 years ago. I used to feel good about it, but then I was losing it at the same time. So I was losing the person, probably lost the friends or people that heard about it. So I was like, I gotta stop doing this. I'm losing people. I'm losing people I care about.
Yeah.
Due to me being petty.
Yeah. I think I have discernment with that.
Yeah.
I have discernment. I know certain boundaries not to cross with the people
Gotcha.
that I absolutely care about. And at that point, it wasn't like I wanted to keep him in my life. Like I said, like people say, oh, don't burn a bridge. I will put C4 on a bridge. Okay. I don't want this person in my life. I don't care. So that was that with him. And that was my thought process then. Like I said, I'm working through a lot of like how I deal with people, how I deal with my reactions to people's behaviors.
Gotcha.
That's what I'm working on. So like I said, I don't know if I would have reacted the same way today because I don't even think I would put myself in that type of position ever again.
That's good, yeah.
Like I said, we stopped dealing with each other for a little bit. This fast forward to like not out of college for me all the way, but out of college for him. He decided that shit was too much and that he was moving to another city.
Damn, was that bad?
That's what he told me after, like when we talked about it. Eventually, he was like, "That's why I moved here. Like I was not trying to deal with that anymore. Like it was too much." And that's when I really started to feel bad. Like, damn, like you really had to pick up and move because of that. But also, like, that really fucked with me too. Like, I really had some traumas from it, a lot.
Now, was you comparing yourself to the girl?
I don't even think that. No, I wouldn't even compare myself to her. And I didn't even like. I was talking to another friend, which I don't think this may make sense to everyone all the way. But I still had confidence in myself. I was like, I'm so bomb. Why doesn't he see that I'm bomb? You know, it was like that type of experience and situation. And my anger, though, with her was the second time round. Like, you still trying to deal with him after that happened? But I had to self-reflect because I'm like, you still dealing with him after that happened. So you're mad at her for what?
Yeah.
She didn't do anything to you.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like, I got to take accountability. I need to sit down and be real with myself about that. So, like I said, he moved to another city and we started talking again. And this was,
How did that come about?
I
Because that
can't even remember how we started talking again, to be
you would have
honest.
been dead to me.
I don't even remember. I don't know if I apologize for it either,
Yeah.
maybe eventually, but we started talking again and he would make sure I came to his city, had everything paid for, and I started to feel like,
Really?
ooh, like you paying for me to come visit you. Like I just, still there was no this like solidifying our relationship, but I thought, okay, things are being added to it now. Like I'm about to graduate, you graduated already, you're moved to another city, and you're like, I want to see you. Like here is this ticket for you to come see me, and I'm gonna make sure you're good when you're here. In my mind, my 21-year-old self was living. Okay, I was living. So that was that. We started dealing with each other again. This is why I had to tell the story about the college shit. And this is where, for me, I take accountability on like my part and my role. I think that like he was looking to move into a new direction and a new space with us. Maybe I'm wrong. But I also feel like I was still so hurt. Like I said, I forgive you, but I'm not gonna
didn't
show
forget.
up in certain ways for you. The whole cooking for you, that's dead. The whole showing up for you in certain ways, that's dead. Like I became so cold. So we're continuing this relationship, but now he's pouring,
Yeah. I
and
know how
I
that could
have
be.
nothing to give you. And that eventually takes a toll on anybody. At first, or for a while, I believe he was okay with it because he felt guilty, because he knew the shit that happened in college really hurt me really badly. So I think that it was like, let me make up to her. She's not showing up, but that's okay because I did all of my fuckery, and that's like a reason for why she's acting like this. Cool. I think it just became a point where it was like, that's not cool anymore. This is not working anymore. And I still wanted it to work because now at this point, you're pouring. You're doing all this stuff. You're giving me all of this. You're making this, or not, let me not even put it you. In my mind, we're doing all of these things now beyond college. The potential is growing. It's increasing. You about to ask me to be your girlfriend any day. That's going to happen any day now, you know? So in my mind, that's what's happening. But I think like we were going like this.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like, I wasn't seeing that. Even though there started to be more arguments and just more clashing and more just, we are not meshing right now. In my mind, it was like, well, this is just a hump to get over. Just like any other thing in our relationship. It's just a hump to get over. It wasn't a hump to get over. And he called me one day and was talking, and the way his like flow, it sounded like he was gonna be like, let's figure it out, let's work it out. It's like I've been reflecting on like all the things that we've been going through, and it has been a lot, and I just think that we're not for each other. And I was like, whoa, that's not what I was expecting you to say.
Yeah.
And that was the end of 2019 when we like our first official splits happened then, and that fucked me up. It fucked me up. So
Even though you knew how you was acting towards him.
yeah, because like I said, I still wanted it. I still like,
Got you.
even though I didn't forgive him all the way, this was still a person I wanted to be with. I wanted to like figure this shit out with. And it fucked me up because I had just graduated. So I'm like, you know, just navigating that space. I stopped talking to him. Kendall and I get into some big shit. Her and I stopped talking. So it's like I felt like I lost my best friend and my man / my best friend. And I'm navigating this whole big life change without two like integral people to my life. And so it just really like took a toll on me. I was like, damn.
You hit that phase when you just started losing people. That's that's when you have to change your inner you.
Yes.
That's that
Yes.
energy you put out.
Yeah. But I think like the Kendall thing was very unrelated to what was happening with him and I. But it was still
But
just
did it have something to do with you and how you was moving in that and at that time?
no.
Okay, so it's totally different.
Like I think like those two things are very unrelated, but it was just the fact that like I
You
lost,
lost two people. Yeah.
two people that meant a lot to me at that time. And so it just took a super duper toll on me. And I think because of that, it made me like long for him even more.
It was nobody in between, like that you looked at.
Yes.
But
like that,
he had
yes.
he had a chokehold on you.
So he did have a chokehold on me. So this is the end of 2019, like maybe like November-ish.
Yeah.
2019. And this is right before the pandemic started too. So going into that, I'm also like, damn, I'm at home by myself. What the fuck? I did meet somebody else. And when I met this person,
Right after?
my quarantine, no, I met, well, is March right after?
It's like November. Yeah, you had some time.
Relatively. I had some time. Still healing through it. But like I said, it took a toll on me. So I felt like I am not going to feel this way about another person. I can never connect with someone else. Like, I think I was just like, what was me? And then I met somebody. Who I connected with. And I was like, okay, maybe, just maybe, I can find love in relationships and whatever. So I did. And that was like a breath of fresh air for a while because I thought that I really wasn't able to like feel for another person. Because not only like the separation and how that made me feel, but like all the time between 2017 and 2019 and not really like looking at anybody else. No one else was, of course there were attractive men and who have come into my life at that point, but it was never enough to like make me look at them.
No, yeah, I get
for real.
Yeah.
So to meet somebody and be like, yo, like I'm vibing with you. I like who you are showing me to be as a person right now. And I fuck with that. So that was really nice. And that lasted almost all of 2020.
You forgot about DJ?
I won't say that I forgot about DJ, but it made me realize that he wasn't the one, or not even he wasn't the one, and I can meet other people, and the one is out there. So that's how I felt in that time after him. Ironically, in 2020, I started doing more partnerships with my brand.
Gotcha.
And doing more trip partnerships. So I reached out to a company that was doing a cabin trip. They were doing a cabin trip January. Was it January? I believe it was. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm lying. They did a cabin trip February 2021.
Nice, yeah.
So we're working out all the like contracts and logistics for the trip. As it gets closer to the trip and I start to see event details, I see this man as the DJ.
Yo.
Yeah. I see this man as the DJ of the trip, and I just have to sit with myself.
And you haven't spoken anything?
We haven't talked since 2020.
But
we haven't talked since 2019, and now it's 2021.
But he probably sees your brand is on this paper.
Yes.
Or on the flyer.
Yes.
Yo, this
and
is
like
hilarious.
this is the thing. Like the trip is coming in February. This is like once all the things come out, it's January 2021, but the trip is February 2021. So I know he sees it. I know I see it. My birthday is in February 2021. At 11:55 p.m. on my birthday, maybe 11:58. I just know it was about to be the day after my birthday. I get a call from DJ. Hey, happy birthday. How are you? How you doing? Just wanted to check in.
Now, the new guy, he's still in the picture?
No,
All right, he's out of here.
we're out of the picture. Out of the picture, fall 2020.
And that's due to you moving around?
No, it was due to something super petty.
Oh.
To be honest.
On your end? Yeah, let this petty go.
No. It was, see, look at you making assumptions. No, it wasn't on my end. It was on his end. And I think that he genuinely wanted to be petty and hurt my feelings because we were going back and forth about an Instagram post. Like, just one of those debates. And I was in the airport on my way to Mexico.
Gotcha.
And we're going back and forth. And this is where I'm like, I think he wanted to be petty because he's like, you're going on this trip, blah, blah. He's like, I'm just done. Like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'm about to go on vacation right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not about, like, I felt like at that point, I'm not about to let this ruin my vacation. So you say you're done, I'm not even about to talk to you anymore. I'll talk to you in 7 days when I get back from Mexico. Like, we'll figure it out. And if we don't, we don't. We didn't.
Damn.
I was okay. I was okay.
Yeah.
It was a learning experience, and I did learn a lot about what I do and don't want from a relationship. And at the end of the day, that is what I learned from all of my dating experiences. But I got that call on my birthday. How are you? How you doing? Trying to catch up. I'm like, what the hell? For me, I was really
We
like...
have intuition, too. Sometimes we know when our old drinks is single again.
I was just like, why are you calling me? But, I mean, I know why you're calling me because I feel like people really use birthdays to, like, wiggle their way back in.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I know we're both going to see each other on this trip.
He knew your brand?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were dealing with each other before I started dealing with him in 2017. I launched the brand in 2019.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah. So sees my brand. He's like, the ski trip. I'm like, yeah, I know I'm gonna see you in like a week or so. So, and I think he just wanted to make sure that like it wasn't bad vibes. And this is where I'm like the image thing. Like I'm sure he didn't want me to come in there and be like, I don't fuck with him, and then it like fucks up the like energy and the vibe of the trip.
Yeah.
But we get to the trip, and I just feel like you're in a cabin.
I don't know this feeling.
You don't know that feeling?
Nope. Because if I don't fuck with somebody, I don't fuck with them.
Oh, okay.
I don't care if we in a cabin, in an elevator, nah.
Well, we were in the mountains in a cabin, and I think just a lot of old things hashed up. And for me, I was really like, I'm vibing with you right now. I think he was definitely more hesitant. He was definitely more hesitant about like, just even having a conversation with me. Like it felt like he was like, when you're like about to dip your toe in water and get water, like he was like doing that. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, we were dealing with each other for like 2 years. You are scared to talk to me right now. Stop acting like that. Mm-hmm. So, we had a few different conversations over that weekend. Cool. We didn't really talk again. For real. Maybe until like May. Okay. Of that year. So that's like May 2021. Mm-hmm. We start like chatting again. And then he's like, you know what? I want to see you. Come to my city. What do?
Pack the bag, right?
I went to his city. I went to his city and had another summer fling with this man. And that's the best way to put it. But again, for me, like I'm like, all right, we went through all that shit in college. We dealt with each other a little bit outside of college. Mm-hmm. We separated. Okay, we trying again. I don't know why I thought that was the case. I take accountability again, though. I did not change from when we stopped to when we started again. How I approached him, pretty much the same.
Still cold.
for the most part, when it not necessarily cold, but I think when it comes to, when someone really likes you.
Yeah.
When someone really likes you, the accommodation, the compromise, the way they show up as a woman, the sweetness that you project.
Yep.
It just wasn't that. We had like a very platonic relationship, I think, outside of the bedroom. We gave very, very like homey. Like I felt like, but I also think that's what drew us in. Like it wasn't a lot of pressure around each other. Like we are just you, I mean, and we enjoy each other together.
Gotcha.
And there's not a lot of pressure around that, but it did come to a point where I'm like, okay, this is like how many years now?
Yeah.
This is like how much time now? We're both getting older. Like there are just certain things I want in my life. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't want to keep doing this because like I'm wasting time and years and energy, if I'm being quite honest.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it wasn't working yet again. The compromises were not aligning. What we wanted was not aligning. It wasn't working.
Gotcha.
And we had like, one of our final conversations was in like October of that year. And he kind of said that to me, but it didn't register. He said that to me, and then I didn't hear from him. And like 2 weeks later, I'm like, what the fuck? Hi. Like, hello? And he's like, well, I thought that last conversation was like our last conversation. I'm like, okay, cool. If that's our last conversation, like, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I kind of already knew that because you let 2 weeks pass by without speaking to me. But okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
And he broke up with you.
There was no breakup. It was it was really a conversation of like, what do you want and what do I want? And when we sit there and put these two things together, they don't align. So what are like, it was kind of both of us like, okay, what are we doing then?
Yeah. Yeah. Wasting each other's time.
Exactly. And it's like, why continue to do this?
Yeah.
I think though when I said like 2 weeks went by, I was just so used to communication and so used to that in between limbo phase that cutting it off like cold turkey like that, I was like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But I think that was definitely the best decision.
Was you hurt?
Absolutely, I was hurt. I had an attachment to him.
Yeah.
I don't think that it was love. When I sit back and reflect, I just had this extreme attachment to him, and this need to be loved by somebody because they weren't loving me. I think it was like this chase that us as humans have, but it came to a point where it's like, my legs are tired, and I know I deserve a lot more than this. Not even just that. I want to give somebody a lot more. Like I wasn't even giving him anything.
Yeah.
So when I sit back and think of like, that would have never worked. Why would that person want to be with me when I was like a very lukewarm version of myself when it comes to like romantic love?
It wasn't fair to y'all both. Yeah.
Exactly.
I get it. Yeah.
So that's where like, of course I had my moments where I'm like, this nigga is crazy, he's fucked up. And I don't want to tell all the stories, but I also have to realize I wasn't showing up as my full self. And I would never want to be in a relationship where I can't do that. So
That's good that you were aware of that. Yeah, that was good. Man, but that sucks. All the years that you spent with this one person.
yeah.
But to go in hindsight, y'all never made it official. It wasn't like,
We made it official for maybe a week,
see?
and then it was like, this, and that's why I'm like, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. This is views of an ex situationship.
I was in a 4-year one, so
Yeah, I mean,
I know the feeling.
I think it happens to the best of us, and for a long time, I'm like, damn, I'm so embarrassed, but It happens. And it's part of my journey. It's part of my story. I don't think that it's going to hinder
Shouldn't. No,
my
don't let it do that.
experiences
Yeah.
with love. No?
Now, where did you learn about love?
What did I learn about love?
Or where did you learn about it? Or yeah, who
You
taught
said,
you?
oh, where did I learn about love? That's such a loaded question for me because I grew up with my mom and my stepdad. So I would have to say, like, that's my first, like, seeing romantic love. And then, like, TV, like sitcoms. But I don't think, like, even though I saw my parents or, like, my mom and my stepdad, excuse me, I had a relationship with, like, my dad as well. So there was always the knowledge of, like, that first relationship or how I was created didn't necessarily work. So, like, I think I've had this, like, jaded image of love, but that's not to, like, bash or take away from what my mom and my stepdad have because, like, they are very loving and my stepdad is very, very, very loving to my mom.
That's good.
So I think that's, like, my first experiences around it. But I think what, like, fucked it up is it, like, knowing that my parents split and didn't work out. And then it's just, like, knowing that so early on and, like, thinking about that, I think kind of jaded it a little bit.
I get that.
Yeah.
You have siblings?
Yeah. I have sisters.
You learn anything from them?
Oh, man. About love? They're younger than me.
Oh, they're younger. So you're the example.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think that they're teaching me certain things, but as far as, like, role model or anything like that, I never really had. Like, I'm just, like, making my own path. You know when you're walking through snow and you're, like, the first one?
Man, it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what was your coping and healing process like after this?
My coping and healing process. A lot of self-reflection. I think being honest and, like, raw and real with myself allowed me to heal and, like, taking myself out of, like, a victim mindset. Like, this didn't just happen to you. You were, like, a willing participant into things. There were signs, there were situations, there were things, and you wanted a version of love that was not love. And so you were chasing that. And I think, like, being real with myself in that way has allowed me to heal. Journaling.
Okay.
That's been a lot. That's been really helpful to just, like, see my thoughts out on paper. My village, like, my people, my friends, just, like, talking to them about things. I think when you're in it, it's hard to, like, see things all the way. And then also, as I keep mentioning, my memory is so, like, shaky. So when I get in these, like, certain spaces, my friends, like, pull me back to reality of, like, okay, but this is really how you felt. Like, do you remember, like, when you were saying all that? So I think that's, like, very helpful for me as well and part of the healing process. And to be honest, putting myself back out there. You don't know if you're healed until you, like, put yourself up against those things again. So
at least you ain't going about it like, oh, I hate men now.
I would never hate men. I love men.
Gotcha.
I love men. I love Black men so much. So I don't foresee myself ever saying that, even if I, like, go through another, like, tumultuous experience. There's somebody different out there. So no, I can never hate men.
Are you putting yourself out there in what ways? You on apps or IG?
I have been on apps, but I've never, like, done anything with that. I have met people through IG. I think I'm more willing that way.
Yeah.
I have met people through IG, in person, through friends.
Gotcha.
The last experience I had was a friend that kind of turned romantic. And it started actually as a business relationship. But I don't know if I'll ever do that again.
Don't do that again.
Mixing business with pleasure.
Never works.
I think that you have to be very, I'm not going to say it never works because what
Man,
works for
that
some
be
people,
messing up the whole joint.
you never know. But
Mess up the friendship, mess up the,
yeah,
the
I
business.
think that for me, I think I would just be very, very cautious about that again. But even like in my last experience, I'm still working through learning how to accept love in a certain way and capacity. Like sometimes it's very overwhelming for someone to actually love you and show that. And my guard is sometimes so high. So being open is a challenge that I have, but that's what, like when I'm talking about the healing process, I have to put myself out there in order to heal, and I have to like work through those things and those challenges.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah,
Because you could like seclude yourself and fall back and be like, I don't want to love again. That's how I was feeling for a long time, and you don't want to be like that. So putting yourself out there is key.
it is,
Yeah.
and even if you like fall back, but you don't have this mindset of I don't want to love again. It's like if you fall back, you're still not gonna meet somebody. You gotta like put yourself out there to learn new lessons, to experience new people. I think that's also part of the healing, like experiencing new things out there, experiencing that like what you just went through is not the end all be all.
True.
So,
Man, besides that, putting yourself out there and all that stuff, what was the biggest lesson learned from this relationship?
trust my intuition. And I don't know if that's like cliche or not, but I believe if I did that, then I would have saved myself from a lot of like experiences and like anger and emotion or emotional roller coaster. Trust my gut. Also, I was gonna say don't believe in potential. But I think that there's like a balance between that. Like you have to like believe that somebody is greater than who they are and are able to like evolve and grow. But I also think that if they're continuing to show you that they're not growing into that, you have to
You gotta
believe
step away, yeah.
So I think that's like for me, it's like the balance in that, in the potential is something that I learned. What else? I think it's like what love is not, unfortunately.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Well, let me not even say unfortunately, because then you have to know what something is not in order to know what something is. Like to compare the two. So I learned the lesson a very, very hard way, and because I didn't want to learn it the first time. But
Or the third, or the fourth.
yeah, exactly. So
There's no more come to my cities at this day and age.
not in that way.
Gotcha.
I'm not against long distance or visiting somebody in a
I'm
different
talking about
city.
DJ.
Oh, with him, no.
All right, gotcha.
I thought you meant like long distance
No,
relationship.
just him saying come to my city.
No,
No more of those.
no. Yeah.
All right. Man, for somebody going through a heartbreak or a breakup, what's some advice you would give them?
Lean into what you actually love. Like, focus on you. I'm saying a lot of cliche things, but it's really true. I feel like I do my best work after breakups when I just like have cleared some mental space.
Yeah.
So when you have that mental space clear, you focus. Don't allow yourself to kind of wade in the emotional water too long. I'm not saying don't sit with your emotions and don't reflect on it and face that, but don't let it take over your whole being and your whole life and make you this angry person. Instead, use it to fuel you, to build yourself up into like who you want to be. Be the person you want to love. It's cliche, but cliches exist for a reason.
Gotcha. How do you, like, if somebody was to approach you, how do you accept it nowadays?
Approach me like romantic.
Yeah.
Or
Because no more smoking weed or it can be smoking weed. Like
I am trying to cut back from that. As a smoker still, I might be like, okay, let's smoke. I think that with these days, like, I really want somebody who actually wants to be my friend. And it's weird when you're like trying to date somebody, but you like approach on that front
man, that happened to me recently. I ain't like it.
of like someone saying they wanted you to be their friend.
Or they wanted to start out like friends, but the in between part was like, but you got to still court me and still do this and still.
So I don't know if I'm like at the stage of you have to still do this and you have to still do that. I think it's more so just making a space for us to build our friendship.
Yeah.
Because I think there's just this rawness in platonic relationships and friendships.
Yeah.
And if I get to know you in that space, and then we can build like a romantic relationship on top of that, I think that it's so beautiful. I know that it's kind of hard to like
It takes time, but
find that and like, not even just that, but like you see how you say you didn't like that. I don't think a lot of men like to hear that of like, oh, you want me to just be your friend? Like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but no. Like it kind of takes the pressure off of both of us. So like we are just friends. Whatever, like this don't have to go either way.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't go right, at least like if we are cool, like homie wise, like now I have another friend and another person in my network that I vibe with. It doesn't have to be romantic.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's very like challenging to find. So, yeah.
Yeah, you say that friendship where it's like, oh man.
Yeah, but I think you just think automatic friend zone, and it is a friend zone, but it's like the potential to not be there.
Well, good luck. I don't know. It's the day and age now. Everything is fast. So.
Everything, that's the thing for me.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like. I don't like when you like approach and like I'm trying to get to know you and then everything has to just like move. Mm-hmm. I don't like that.
In 4 days, you know my name. Like,
it's 4 days and you're like, I want to be doing this. You need to incorporate me in this way and you need to be doing this.
Girls
And
be
it's
asking
just
for
like
rent money at 4 day 4. I'm like, what the hell?
Okay, so you're talking about something completely different than I'm talking about. But
Instagram messed everybody up.
I think like yes, pacing, not even talking about like the finances because yes, that is a layer in that. But I think like courting is not a thing. Getting to know somebody is not a thing. Mm-hmm. Like things just move so fast and I personally don't want that at this point in my life. I also don't like the super like raunchy and like a sexual approach. Like I really am starting to realize this whole like I'm becoming an older woman. I'm not old, but certain things that may have appealed to me a few years ago just don't excite me in the way that they do anymore. So like,
What was that?
What was what?
What appealed to you before and not now?
I think I was more lusty, just like most people in their like early 20s.
Gotcha.
And now it's like there are just things that matter a little more to me other than like lusting after a person, other than sex.
Yeah.
Like there are so many other factors that play a part in a relationship, not diminishing the value of sex. But I do think like social media, porn, various things has diminished the meaning of sex. So that is not on the top of my priority list.
Yeah. Look at Z growing up. Last but not least, no, not even last but not least, I'll get to the song. If he was to hear this, what would he say about you? What you think he would say about
So
you?
I'm like, I don't know all the
What would you think?
ways.
Like, give it like a
That's what I think that our stories would be pretty similar. I just don't know his perspective all the way. I do think that he would say that we were very similar, and that may have been like a good thing and a bad thing at the same time. I do think that he would also agree to like towards the end of like me not showing up in certain ways, and that like probably being a reason that he was like, this is not gonna work for just him as a man. I also would like in the beginning I was like or not even just me, Kendall and I poured into him as a DJ. Like even his drop today. Do you know what a drop is?
yeah. Yeah, I did that.
I gifted him that.
It's your voice?
No,
I was about to
it's
say.
on one, like, okay. It's another one of our roommates' voices.
Yeah.
I went to another DJ friend of ours who does like engineering. I got her to record it, and then I was like, make this into a drop so that I can gift it for him. I don't know if it was like Valentine. Like, I don't know what occasion it was.
You are now rocking with DJ.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, he doesn't have one. Everybody else
From
around
West Bubblefuck.
Everybody else in our college town has one. Like, he has to have one. Yeah. So I think that's what was missing in the end, like that type of energy towards your partner or somebody you want to have a partnership with. I think that he probably got to a point where it's like, I don't see a future with this person because they're not doing things that I would want from a wife or a girlfriend or a partner. And I can't fault him for
that. And you never had that talk?
No, not in that way. Not in like the what's. And I think another thing is he was scared to say what it was.
Gotcha.
I think that he also cared about my feelings in a way that it's like to say flat out what it was probably like harsh to him. So I don't know like I genuinely don't know entirely what he would say, but I do think that like I took accountability on a lot of things, and I think that he would agree on those things.
That's good. That's always good.
Yeah.
Man. And you young doing that. That's good. It's hard to get women to accountability.
I'm trying out here, and part of revealing myself and even doing this podcast and telling this story is to showcase trying. I'm not perfect. I'm on my way to success. I'm on my way to a healthy relationship, like most of us. Yeah. So I don't need to act like I'm perfect. Hey. If people judge me for not being perfect or not being all the way there yet, that says more about you than me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm glad you did this podcast finally. Been talking for mad long. I was like, I just forgot. I was like, you know what, Z? But then you reached out when I made the post.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah. And I was like, so willing to put myself out there. I was like,
if she don't mark this calendar thing, then it's over. She ain't gonna never do it. No. But you did. I was like, all right.
Yeah. I hope it sounds good.
It's good. Last but not least, a song you like to dedicate to DJ.
To DJ. I really thought about this. I'm like,
I don't be no Jamaican song either.
I don't want to sound petty. Damn, I should have picked a Jamaican song. It's a Future song.
A Future?
It's a Future song. And I was like, I really don't want to be petty. And even this song, it might sound petty. It's Never Miss a Loss by Future.
Never Miss a Loss.
Yes. And the only reason I say that is because, like, you don't miss what's for you, like, in life. And that's just kind of how I feel about this situation. So it's not really on some, like, petty shit, but it's like, you weren't for me, and I don't miss that. And you didn't miss me because you weren't for me. So and I didn't miss you because I wasn't for you. That's kind of just, like, the vibe that I feel for that.
I never heard this song. I don't listen to too much Future, but when this ends, people will hear it.
Yeah.
So I'll check it out.
Okay.
Where can people find you if you want them to find you?
It's actually, I'm about to change my Instagram.
It's not going to be, what is it, Zulu?
It's Zulu Z right now. So
you put your phone
maybe
name?
When this drops, it'll still be _ZULUZEE.
Yeah.
But I'm going to change it to Life of Zemirah. So Life, Life of, and then my name, ZEMIRAH. Yeah. So.
And why the change?
Rebrand.
All right.
You know,
so you scrapping all your old pictures?
No, absolutely not. That's
you keeping all the dancing on the tables and.
I was never dancing on tables. I don't know. I need y'all to understand that Llama is chatting. All that stuff is still gonna be up.
Hey,
because I'm not trying to.
If you want a party starter, get Z at your party.
Thank you. That's really a good one. I mean, like I said, I'm growing, so I don't know if I'm gonna be the same Z, but I love to have a good time.
I can't wait to see this. You gonna be corporate Z?
Oh, it's
itching to try to twerk on the table?
If you say that one more time, I'm going to knock over this table. No, I'm not itching to do any of that. I think I'm just a little more reserved.
All right.
Just slightly. I think that, like, even the Z that, like, people have seen now or, like, throughout the last few years, I haven't been as, like, wild as I have because I'm usually with a DJ. Like,
Yeah.
all of my friends are DJs. Outside of DJ, 2 of my best friends are DJs, and I've made a lot of DJ friends. So I'm not even like wilding because I'm usually standing behind the DJ booth if I'm twerking. So I think it's just gonna be probably a lot more of that.
Yeah. That's good. All right.
Yeah.
Because Kendala, she's so calm. She sets the mood.
I
But
feel
then
like I was the balance. Like I'm the balance.
It's like Busta Rhymes and Split and what's it, Split Star? His sidekick.
I don't know. You're older than me. I don't know.
Oh, well, you the sidekick.
I guess.
Yeah. She the Batman, you the Robin. Oh, you want to be Batman. Get out of here.
We're both Batman.
Can't have two.
Yeah, we're just Batman in different ways. She could be Batman and I could be like Iron Man.
That's two different, that's DC
I don't even care.
and
We're
Marvel.
going to merge the worlds.
God damn. But thank you, Z.
Okay, what's in DC? Batman's
Superman.
DC?
Superman.
Okay, look at us. Wonder Woman and Superwoman.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Exactly. Hello.
Thank you, Z. And that's been Views of an X.